Well, a very good afternoon. My name is Joseph Kamau and this is Younib TV News at 1. Now onto the first story. The Kenya Certificate of Secondary School Examination KCSE began in 10,754 schools across the country with 965,501 candidates who had registered for the Form 4 national exams. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos also announced strict regulations to prevent cheating during the examination.
So far, we have not had any major security incident to be worried about, and we expect that this is going to be the situation throughout the rest of the coming days.
And we are prepared to ensure that our children transit very smoothly.
We've also been funded with another 1 billion shillings to retool teachers in preparation of grade 9.
This year in January, we shall be going to the final class in junior school. That is grade 9. And as we go to grade 9, I want to assure the country that we are preparing and we are prepared to ensure that our children transit very smoothly. Government has already, by the 15th of December, government will have finished constructing 11,000 classrooms in preparation for grade 9.
This year the rules are very, very strict. The exams they've got some security features, the papers are secured. We are ensuring that there are no phones in any particular center, and if you find somebody is insisting that they want to be there with the phone, it is an offense. We can take disciplinary action against them or move them. So let us not in any manner disobey the regulations that we have put.
Still on the first story about examination, on the first day of theory, which was yesterday, several incidents were reported in various parts of the country. In Meru, a KCSE candidate died before the exam. Meru County Commissioner Jacob Ouma confirmed the boy was to sit his national exams from Tigania West Sub. Additionally, 4 other cases of candidates taking exams from hospitals were also reported. Here is the report.
Tunasikitika kwamba hadi kufikia saa 6 za usiku leo tumempoteza mwanafunzi mmoja ambaye anatoka katika maeneo ya Tigania West.
Saa 12 leo tulijulishwa kwamba kuna mwanafunzi mmoja ambaye alipata pengine atajifungua hivi karibuni ama leo, na tayari tumeweka mikakati ikiwa tutaruhusiwa na hospitali ama na daktari atafanyia mtihani pale hospitali. Ni mmoja kwa sasa.
The mother gave birth to at around 3 a.m. this morning. And when she came, as I said, she came with a condition called fetal distress, which is an emergency, which is an obstetrical emergency that needs a cesarean section. That is what was done in theater. She's going to stay around 3 to 4 days as we observe her.
Now, on to some sad stories. The prime suspect in the murders of 2 women and a girl is for the Makadara law courts today to respond to police application to keep him in custody. The father of the murdered girl and one of the 3 victims also spoke about the murders.
But I talked to the Habo on the night that she was killed, around 7:30ish in the evening. It was voice recording, but that was the last time I spoke with her. And based on what she told me, that she was going to see a doctor for skin itchiness at that time. As you can see, it's very devastating. Musaibu was my firstborn, and the Habo was my wife. And this has been a very hard time. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a sabr for all my family. And I'm getting emotional at this time. I don't want to talk a lot about it, but may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a peace in our heart and make it easy for us in the sorrow we are in at this time. And we are hoping for justice.
Now, on to some other story. The President William Ruto has urged the judiciary to delegate authority to other branches of government, promoting interdependence and respect for the independence of the executive and parliament. Meanwhile, Chief Justice Martha Koome has denied that the judiciary makes political decisions while carrying out their mandates, stating that they only seek legal solutions to political issues. Here.
And there is a remedy for executive overreach, because the judiciary will do something about it. But what happens when we have judicial overreach and judicial interference? Who will help us to resolve it? I think there is an equally very high responsibility on the part of the judiciary to restrain itself on matters that are in the purview of other arms of government.
I have had to ask myself whether the highest interest is the public interest or there is a higher interest called the national interest. Because the public itself could hurt the national interest.
The judges are politically neutral and are concerned with only determining the legal and evidential issues before the court, irrespective of their political ramifications.
Now, Azimio leaders Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa plan to form a new coalition by the end of the year, replacing the Azimio La Umoja coalition. They spoke in Kitale while paying respect to Kenya's 8th Vice President Micheal Kijana Wamalwa. Azimio's co-principal stated that the new coalition aims to deliver alternative leadership come 2027.
A good idea always gives way to a better idea. What we are thinking about is a better idea. We are looking ahead and we are very consultative.
We are just a few days to the new year and there are new things that are coming. And I believe there will be a new coalition. I believe there will be a new government.
Tuko kwa hiyo coalition led by Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, ndiye atakuwa president wetu come 2027.
Watu wanazungumzia juu ya yaliyotendeka mwaka 2002 wakati mzee Kibaki na ndugu yetu Wamalwa walichukua ukombozi wa nchi. Nadhani itakuwa marudufu mara 3 mara 2 because vile wa Kenya wako na hasira.
And I believe that this is the team ambayo itaokoa Kenya kutoka kwa ufisadi na wafisadi kimaadani, itaokoa Kenya kutoka kwa Zakayo na ushuru wake.
And I want to urge the media not to bury Azimio before it is actually dead and buried. If we come up with a new outfit, it could even incorporate perhaps Azimio itself.
Now, on to some climate news. Residents of Tana Delta Sub-County in Tana River County are facing starvation due to the intrusion of ocean water into their homes. They are experiencing a lack of clean drinking water as all fresh water sources have turned saline, affecting their livelihoods.
Kupasuka imepasuka mara 2 sahi. Mkondo sahi ni 2. Yote 2 inatuharibu. Mto huu na ile nyingine. Maji sahi imefika huko Bilisa. Lavua hapo imefika Chara.
Maji manyewe sisi ambao nateka ikiona tasitikia. Maji huko ikiangalia msituni huko. Sisi ambao naenda kuteka. Mtu wa pili. Hiyo mtu pia sisi mara nyingine anaogopa ngwena. Roho mkononi ndio anateka. Na hiyo atiri ambao nakuja naye ni hiyo ile alokuba hii ya Kalota.
Huoga mimi kupikia siwezi, nataka chai siwezi kupikia. Shida tulionayo ni kizere ni hii. Huku na kuna usiku silali kabisa.
Watoto wanapatikana na ugonjwa wa matumbo. Hata wakati mwingine wanafunga maji ya drips huko private, na hapa karibu hakuna hospitali ya serikali. Hospitali ya serikali iko hiyo kijiji kingine Odole ambao ni 5 kilometers from here.
Sehemu za malisho ya ng'ombe, sehemu za mashamba, sehemu za wananchi kupata maji, maji ya bahari imechanganyika, imeleta athari kubwa sana.
Hakuna serikali ama mshirika ambayo imekuja kushuhudia hiyo shida mpaka wa leo. Kina mama hapa hii eneo yote ya location ya Konemasa maji ya chumvi.
Now, let's shift focus to matters health. During a visit to Kenyatta National Hospital on Monday to review the implementation of the new health insurance scheme, SHIF, which is under SHA, the Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza witnessed the obstacle faced by people seeking treatment. The CS witnessed firsthand the challenges patients have in negotiating payment processes under Social Health Authority, SHA.
There are challenges which we will have robust interventions to address them immediately as the Ministry of Health.
Mnaweza mtuongezee mashini ingine sababu kuna mtu anakuja hapa saa 11:30 hata saa hii yako hapa. Kama mnaweza tu
mashini moja tu, na hii ni shida kubwa. Watu kama sisi tulifika hapa saa 1, hatujafika kutengenezwa saa 6 midnight ndio naondoka, na ni watu sensitive kwa kuwa wana magonjwa mazito. Lakini kwa wale wanaingia, ninasikia wana shida sana, inachukua muda mrefu. Mimi sikuwa na shida kubwa sana.
Seme unapikwa CT scan, wanakuambia ni 10K, wanakuambia unaongezea, wanalipa 6, halafu unaongezea 4, na walikuwa wametuambia watakuwa wanalipa yote. Hapo mtusaidie sana. Vile mtu anatabika na pesa yake iko hapo.
One of the things that we have unearthed is that most of the patients who are asked for co-payment are patients who are in the previous NHIF system but had not migrated their data to the SHA system, and therefore they are not visible from that aspect of SHA, and therefore they are told to pay extra.
Patients are undergoing dialysis with a minimum contribution of 300, or the poor people who cannot access, who we call the indigents, they can have their services at no cost.
Let's change gears to trade. Now, the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Industry is studying the draft Business Law Amendment Bill 2024 with key stakeholders from the public and private sectors. The measure intends to strengthen Kenya's framework for investment, commerce, manufacturing and consumer protection. Here is the report.
This is a bill which is omnibus. It is actually amending 18 acts of parliament in relation to making the business environment more conducive and in relation to making sure that we are able to have a framework that can provide a much more stable business environment and a much more enabling environment for businesses to operate.
Trade is very disjointed in the way it operates, and it has allowed a lot of leakages and rent-seeking opportunities to appear, especially due to the lack of clarity of what is expected when you're setting up a business. So we are hoping all those things can be brought together, and then once they're together, that the county governments will then pick from that and able to streamline trade across the country.
The reason for the bill is timely because we've had a lot of different ministries, different agencies bringing taxes, bringing levies, and therefore the government looked uncoordinated from our view.
Well, we have come to the end of our news bulletin at 1. My name is Joseph Kamau, and remember, every day comes with its own strengths and thoughts, so make them count.